Try to throw a cylinder this time. Okay. So I got it centered. Alright.
Now it's a cake again.
Yeah, it's a cake. It's a wobbly cake, but I don't care because I don't want to take the time to center it properly. And then I'm going to open it up, and it's throwing my hand around. But, you know, who cares? I'm just doing this. I don't love ceramics. I just want it graved, so I'm just going to throw it. And now when I bring it up,
It's perfect.
it's perfect. You're gonna end up, when you first throw and you don't do it right, you're going to end up with two things. You're either going to end up with a
Listen.
dish or you're going to end up with a urinal. One or the other. It's going to be wonky at the top. Okay, and then you're like, look at that, it's all messed up. I don't want that. I'm just going to start all over again. So then you put it down there, and then you don't wedge it, and then you try again. And what's going to happen now is this is going to be full of air pockets. And I'm going to show you how to deal with this. So we're going to open it up again. Listen. Hear all that sound?
Mm-hmm.
That was the air popping on it. So now we're going to try to throw it, and it's all wonky again, and it's all bumpy because my moisture isn't through there properly, and there's all kinds of air pockets in it, and it has no life. Okay, you can see on the bottom of it. See that hole in the bottom? That's where an air pocket popped. So now I've got a hole in the bottom, and if I just cover it up, I'm going to have an air pocket, and when I fire it, it's going to explode. So I can, if I really want to save this monstrosity, put some clay inside that hole, make sure that all the air's out of it, and I could probably save that. There's a couple more air pockets up here, and if I'm going to save those air pockets, if you've got a piece on here, and you're a little disappointed because it really looks pretty good, but it's got an air pocket in it, I'm going to show you how to take care of that. You're going to find that little air pocket, and you're going to put a hole in it at the edge, at the far edge on this side. Okay, and you're going to put it on the far edge on this side. So when it comes around, your finger will actually force the air out of it as it comes around. That's how you get the air out of it, right? So we got the air out of that air pocket, and the top of it's still wonky, and I don't want to start all over again, so I'm going to cut it off. Very tricky. All right, are you ready? Watch closely. I'm going to take the needle tool, I'm going to poke it through the body of my bowl here, I'm going to poke it into my finger gently, I'm going to make it go around, I'm going to lift it off. And now the top of it is salvageable. Salvageable. So I'm going to do that one more time. Okay. So something that's going on here now is a safety issue is my hand is super slick. I want to get that out of my hand, I don't want that to fly off. So there we go. A kind of a salvageable bowl with a couple air pockets in it. Now, when you have clay and you first get it, you guys have worked with it, yeah? And you had it for a while, did you get it too wet? It's real flimsy when it's wet. It won't hold its shape, so you don't want to get it too wet. If it's too dry, it doesn't move properly. Are you touching my bowl? Did you ask me? Yeah, go ahead. So, things that will cause this life of this thing to decline are it being too wet, and it can only go around so many times. So if I had this spinning and put a sponge to it and got it wet, eventually it would just fall apart. So you are going to reach a point where you're like, okay, I can't make this go around anymore because it's getting really flimsy, and I can't do this on the wheel anymore because it's going to fall apart on me. You can stop at that point.